All right, in this video, we're looking at what are the advantages of moving to South Carolina from a northern state or the northern states. I'll get in a little bit about my story, but I'm from Buffalo, New York. So I know what it's like to move from a northern state down to a southern state like South Carolina, and specifically Charleston and the Summerville area. So I'm going to give you the massive advantages to living in South Carolina. Come with me. All right, if you're wondering who I am, my name is Dave Broom. I'm a licensed realtor in the Charleston, South Carolina and surrounding areas. I live in Summerville, South Carolina, and my wife and I and our 3 kids at the time, now we have 4 kids. One of them, our son Hank, was born down here. But we moved from Buffalo, New York. We didn't like living in New York anymore for a multitude of reasons. The weather, the property taxes, which I'm going to get into all this stuff. But we were just sick of New York. We were sick of living in New York, sick of what New York had to offer, and we explored a different state like South Carolina. I actually officiated my cousin's wedding down here in Charleston, and we loved the Charleston area. Then we stumbled across Summerville area, which is right outside of Charleston, and we love everything it has to offer. So I make these videos to inform people, to give them visuals, to let them see walkthroughs of properties, and also talk about the real estate market and why it is such a great place to live. So if you do get value from this video, make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to my channel, and you also hit the notification bell so that you know when new videos are hitting the channel and you can come check them out. And to be honest with you, my team and I are getting calls, texts, emails every single day from people sick of their state. A lot of these people are in the north. They are all from all over, but a great deal of them are from the northern states. They're sick of a lot of stuff the northern states are offering, whether it's high taxes, high property taxes, terrible weather, especially in the winter. You get a lot of long winter months. So we get reach outs of people looking to move down here, being closer to the beach, having that golf cart community, which I'm going to get into in depth. But they give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. So if that's you, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. You can do that days, nights, weekends. I'm very responsive. It is me getting back to you. And we could just have that quick conversation to see if this area might be the right area for you. I will also be honest with you if it's sounding like this area is not right for you. I will also be honest, and I'll just tell you, if you could tell me your price range, we can discuss further, and we can see if we can get you traveling down here to see the area. And that's what happens a lot, and then people end up moving down here. But definitely give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. It's a no pressure conversation. I usually set up a phone call and have a no pressure conversation. We can also communicate via email or text, just so I can feel you out a little bit and see if this area is right for you. So definitely feel free to reach out. But let's go through this video where I dive a little deeper into what me and my family really like about living down here, especially compared to the northern states like New York and Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Massachusetts area, where a lot of people are reaching out from. So come with me. All right, the first is one of the most obvious, and that is the weather. We are blown away by the weather down here, especially in the winter. February, where it starts warming up. It is February right now, and it is very actually cold. It's in the 40s and 50s. It was like mid 40s today and raining, and it felt like a blizzard in Buffalo because nobody goes outside. They're freezing. But a lot of times in February it starts warming up. We did actually go to the beach a couple weeks ago because it was 80 degrees. So you get those pockets of 80, 70, 80 degrees. And then once March hits down here, spring has sprung. It's not like when we were living in Buffalo, in March you would get a 60-degree day and you think that the winter is over, and then it would snow, and then it would be crappy, terrible weather for a week, and then it would warm back up. So you get that kind of roller coaster ride. Down here, once March 15th hits, it is beautiful weather. We actually traveled down in April, and we were blown away that most of the days were up to 80 degrees. And it's the humidity in the spring is not here. And so you get March, April, May, where it's very, very nice weather because it's warm and it's low humidity. June, July, August start getting hotter and you get some humidity, but good thing down here is you are by the water. A lot of the neighborhoods have community pools. You could also go to the beach. I live in Cane Bay in Summerville, South Carolina, and we get to Isle of Palms Beach, Sullivan's Island Beach in 35 to 45 minutes depending on the traffic. So you're a short drive away from the beach where you can go and enjoy yourself and enjoy this beautiful weather. And the beaches in the summer are really cool because the water gets so warm. It's like bath water you're walking into, so it's easy to enjoy yourself and then go and sort of cool off in the water and you're not going into freezing cold water. So the weather down here, amazing. Fall time, a lot of the activities in fall are great because the weather is great. I mean, in October, you're still getting 80-degree weather down here, and it's gorgeous. It cools off in the mornings, and it's just a really, really nice area because of the weather. I hype up the weather, but that's why a lot of people do move. They move because of the weather. You're not getting that 7-8 months below 60 degrees. You are getting most months above 60 degrees. November, December, January are hit miss with it getting above 60, but once February hits, like I was saying, a lot of days are above 60, and then March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, you get prime weather. So you're getting a lot of prime weather, a lot of sunshine. The amount of sunshine, sunny days you get down here is great. There's not as much cloud cover. There's not a lot of clouds down here, so you're getting that sunshine. Even on the cooler days, you're getting a ton of sunshine. So you're getting outside, you're getting active. You move around a lot more. There's a lot more activities to do, and that's because of the weather. All right, next thing that I just touched upon is the amount of outdoor activities. With nice weather comes outdoor activities. You have golf cart trails, you have walking, biking trails that you can get outside, take a walk. Even in February here, my wife and I are taking walks all the time. We are getting outside 4 to 5 times a week to take a walk, and it's February. You wouldn't even think of doing that up in Buffalo when it's 20 degrees. You'd be frozen by the time you get back, or you have to bundle up so much you're sweating, half cold. It's different down here. I mean, I put this light sweatshirt on and we can take a walk. Jeans, light sweatshirt when it's a little chillier out, and the sun comes out and then it's warmer out, so you can easily take a walk. You can bike, you can get outside, you can play basketball, you can get outside and play sports. There's just so many outdoor activities. And then when spring has sprung in March, you're outside all the time. I mean, my kids are outside almost every single day down here because the weather is so nice. There's also the outdoor activities at restaurants. There's parks. The Charleston County Park System is amazing. You can get to these parks and get different passes and go outside all the time. There is outdoor restaurants down here, so you're getting that outdoor feel where you can go and get food and drinks and you're outside. And there's just breweries down here. There's a multitude of things you can do that are outside. So you're getting outside, getting that fresh air, and you're just enjoying yourself. Totally different feel from the north, where you're basically stuck inside for 6 months because the weather's so cold. We lived in Buffalo, but we would travel to Rochester to go to the Rochester Museum of Play, because we would go almost every weekend because there's nothing else to do. It was a great museum, but we would get a pass and go almost every weekend because we wanted to get out and do stuff with our kids, but that's the only thing we could do. We would literally go there like 12 times in the winter because there's nothing else to do. Down here, outdoor restaurants, biking trails, golf cart rides, which I will get into, but it's just the outdoor fresh air, taking your kids to school on the golf cart, riding bikes. A lot of the kids ride scooters around here, and you're just getting outside. There's playgrounds. There is, especially the pool in the summer, you're going there, you're enjoying yourself, you're going to the beach, you're outside, you're getting that outside outdoor experience. If you like to golf, it's a great place to golf down here. Fishing, great activities. I like to golf, so getting outside, you can golf all year round. You can golf 12 months a year. If you can handle a little bit of cold in the winter, you can golf. I mean, golf all year round, and then it's nice from March till November. So there's a lot of golfing activities. There's a lot of fishing down here, a lot of outdoor activities because the weather is so nice, and it's just a different feel than the north. All right, next up is the golf carts, and this is one that I like to talk about because when we first moved down here, we saw people driving around in golf carts. We were like, I'm not getting a golf cart. Then you get down here, 2 weeks later, we got a golf cart, and we absolutely love it. It is fun to drive around. It is, whether you want to take your kids to school, go to the grocery store, go to the pool area, go over to somebody else's house. When there's get-togethers and you drive a golf cart instead of driving your car, it's just a different feel. I mean, I've gone to fantasy football drafts at Buffalo Wild Wings, and driving the golf cart there and home, it's a different feel. It's just the southern warm weather outside. Taking golf cart rides as a family is amazing too, where a lot of these have speakers right on them, and you're cranking the tunes, you're driving around. It's just a release of stress, and you're just enjoying yourself and spending time as a family. And you can go to different areas. There's different pockets of neighborhoods in the Cane Bay area, so it's basically set up for golf carts. There's golf cart trails lining the streets, so it's just a different feel when you can go around on golf carts. It's like you're on vacation, but you're not. And another advantage is if somebody works from home, you really only need one vehicle and then the golf cart, and then you cut down on the golf cart payment is less than a car payment, so you cut down on payments, and it's totally different feel. Get outside. There's golf cart parades for Halloween, for Christmas, for 4th of July, driving around and watching fireworks on the golf cart. Completely different than anything you will get in the north, and it's just a very cool feel. I would recommend lithium because we've had some problems with the older batteries on the golf carts, but that's completely up to you. And I would definitely recommend Joe's Carts. I've gotten to know Joe over the last couple of years, and he's a great guy. He has great service, and I would recommend going to Joe's Carts to get your golf cart. All right, next topic is one that might not be talked about a lot on here, but it is school choice. So down here, we moved down here. Our kids went to public school. Like I said, we were driving them to school on the golf cart. And it's a different feel. They get outside a lot down here. There's a lot of outside recess, which is nice. And so they went to public school, and then we decided to homeschool. And we were kind of nervous at first, like how are we going to socialize? That's the big stigma with homeschooling, is socializing your kids. But we went to a homeschool convention down here, and we were blown away by the co-ops, by everything. That South Carolina is a very freedom state, and they want you to educate your kids, whether it's public, whether it's homeschool, whether it's private. They want to give you options at doing that, and there is a plethora of options down here. Whether you're public school, they're building more schools down here than Cane Bay. They are building an elementary school at the back of Cane Bay. They're also building another middle school, so they are alleviating some of the population that is coming down here, because the schools were getting overcrowded, I will be honest, but they are alleviating that and building more schools down here. So public schools. They have private schools all over the place down here. Within 15 to 20 minutes, a lot of the churches do private schools, and if that's an option that you want. And then the homeschooling with the co-ops. Our daughter does a drama co-op at one of the churches around here. Our sons go to an adventure co-op where they're outside at a farm, and they're doing different things, and it's biblically based, so they do a lot of scripture. They do a lot of activities, and then they're also getting outside. They ride bikes, they do different activities on the farm, which is very cool. So there's co-ops all over the place. There's sports, there's different sports at the YMCA, there's different homeschool sports, and it's just it gives you the freedom to educate your kids the way you want to educate them, which is a huge plus for us, and we couldn't be happier with what South Carolina has to offer in the public, private, and homeschooling sectors of education. All right, last but certainly not least is the amount of house that you can afford down here. Being a realtor down here, I see the amount of house you can afford here versus the amount of house you can afford in a lot of the northern states because of the property taxes. Just a small example, when we were living in Buffalo, New York, we lived in a 1,200 square foot ranch that we loved. It was our first home, and we lived there for, I think it was 9 years. But the reason we lived there for 9 years is because to afford a bigger house up there in the 2,500 plus range, you are paying a lot more in taxes. So for example, our house down here is over 2,500 square feet, and we pay around, don't quote me on this, but it's around $2,200 to $2,300 a year. If this house was in Buffalo, New York, and we had the same size house, you'd be talking $10,000 plus a year. So you're talking $1,000 a month compared to $100 or $200 a month. $200 a month versus $1,000 a month is a huge difference, and what you can afford because of that difference is huge. So property taxes are low down here. The amount of house you can afford is gauged because of the property taxes. So you can get homes that are in the $400,000 to $500,000 range up here, and you're paying around the $2,500 mark a year, depending on what county you're in. And that there is different counties and different tax rates, but that's just a little bit of an average, is around $2,500 a year. Where in New York, in other states, in New Jersey, I know the taxes are high. California, the taxes are high, and you're paying a lot of tax. Connecticut, Massachusetts, you're paying a lot of tax. You're paying a lot more in taxes and property taxes, so you can't afford as much house, or you get stretched because you're paying that extra $10,000 to $15,000 a year in taxes, and it stretches your budget. So it's different down here, the amount of house you can afford, so you can afford a lot more house. So you got the weather, you got the outdoor activities, you have the golf carts, you have the education options, and homeschool co-ops, you have private schools all over the place, you have public schools, and they're bringing more in here and really honing in on education a little bit more. And then you also have the property taxes, the lower property taxes down here than in the north, and makes it a really, really nice option to at least explore. So if that is you, you're sick of the state you're living in, maybe you're living in one of the northern states, maybe you're out in California, maybe I've sold houses to people in Rhode Island and Delaware, and they were sick of the state they were living in. Kentucky, even, I just sold a house to, and they were just sick of the state. They're sick of the weather, sick of different reasons, the property taxes, and so on. If that's you, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to have a no pressure conversation with you. I would love to give you ideas of how much house you can afford down here. Travel down, I take you on tours of the area just so you can see it, and a lot of people end up moving down here and absolutely loving it. Their kids absolutely love it. So definitely feel free to reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and keep it real, y'all.